Hello friends, welcome. Friends, I'm not too sure whether you are following European DMA, Digital Market Act, which has forced platform providers like Apple to come out with a more flexible pricing service charges for their App Store. Now friends, I have been following this very closely. The reason I got interested is because of the battle which is taking place between the app provider and Google and the CCI case and the various cases in Supreme Court. So I did a video using the Apple's website where they actually have a fee calculator. And I found this extremely confusing. It's so confusing that when I recorded the video, I was so dissatisfied with the video that I knew that this is not this I didn't do a very good job, because people will be confused with what I said because of so many inputs which have to be plugged into this tool in order to determine that what the value that you are going to emanate out of this offer, the U offer. So what I did is I actually created this web-based tool of my own, and I'm going to show you the code. The code is here because actually it does not serve any purpose for you as far as the code is concerned, but the reason I'm showing you the code is that this code you can actually get it from my GitHub page. Let me just show you my code. Just a minute. Here is my code. So if you go to, this is the code that I wrote, and this code kind of converts the calculator, the fee calculator, which is on this side of the page, because I actually have created two segments of this page. So one segment you will have the fee calculator. If you look at this side, segment is the code. So this is the fee calculator, estimating Apple's fee calculator. Just a minute, let me just pull this a little bit here. Yeah, so estimating fee changes of app distribution in U. So you will find that there is a fee calculator where you have to enter many things, and then on the basis of which you are going to get the estimated monthly fee. So I thought that rather than basically get confused with this, because there is no way to evaluate what the real impact is, so I created this tool. So let me run this tool with you. Now before I run this tool with you, I would like to show you the various options that Apple has given to the European app developer as far as choosing to choose from. So there is a drop down menu. So if you see App Store with in-app payment option, which is the normal thing which everybody uses nowadays, and then with an App Store with an alternate payment. So what alternate payment means, that instead of using Apple's own payment system, you can use a third-party payment system, right? And then instead of using, then we have a third option which basically talks about a app store which is not going to be of Apple's, which will be a third party app store with payment processing only. So there are different terms which are going to be associated with it, which is called third party. And the fourth is actually of not much value because it is a mix of all the three, right? So I'm not going to talk about the fourth thing. Then we have got new terms and capability and the today's terms and capability. So for example, let's say that when I start from the beginning of the fee calculator, it says that do you sell digital goods and services in your iOS gamer platform? So that anyway you have to click yes. Then there is an option to plug in the yearly revenue that you are going to estimate. Then it says that whether you are a member of Apple's small store business program or not, you have to click yes or no. What does it mean? Basically, when you are going to be part of Apple small store business program, then Apple actually gives a further discount. So I think on a base value, the service charges become 10%. Then how many apps that you estimate that your subscribers are going to get download for the first time, by the way, in the mobile phones. So if this is going to be 1 million download per year, then Apple is not going to charge anything. But if it's going to be more than one, then they call it a technology fee, right? So they charge it some fee, which is they call it technology fee. So then we have an option to choose between today's terms and capability and new terms and capability. And if you choose new terms and capability, then all the options will throw up. So you can choose any of the options. The fees will get calculated. So I'm going to show a couple of references so that you can see whether my tool is working or not, and then on the basis of which we are going to forget about this and I'm going to focus on my tool. So I have this, the first option that I have in my tool is first of all, I've converted these numbers into million rather than putting so many zeros, it gets so confusing. So I put 1 here, right? Then the yearly revenue is also in million. Then I am basically having a drop down option. So whether you're part of Apple's small store business program, yes or no, you can choose from here. Then you can say Apple alternate payment processing platform, yes or no, you can choose from here. And then the third party payment means this one. So let me just show you again, go here. And then as an option, if you see today's new terms and capability. So this suppose I click everything as no, right? No here. So here also this is no. I'm going to show you the default thing so that you can see that. No, nothing. Which means that today's terms and capability, which is this equation. The equation is what? This is the revenue multiplied by 30%. This is the function. So this is the blue line. So this blue line. So you see the blue line is 30% fee ratio. So you get a 30% fee ratio. Depending upon what you choose. So this graph is plotting what? This is plotting on the x-axis the app provider estimated revenue, and on the y-axis Apple service charge. And when you divide this two, you get the ratio, the revenue share, right? So if I just blow this, you will find that like every pointer that you point on the curve, it will give you yearly revenue and monthly service fees, right? You see that it's changing and the ratio is remaining constant. And the red line is this curve, this option. So if you choose a different option, this particular line, right? FRD is equal to D minus 1 multiplied by 0.543 plus rate into revenue. So what does this mean? D minus 1 means D is this. This is 1. 1 means 1 minus 1 is 0. So anything beyond 1 million or 1 million download, Apple is going to multiply that for every download. It is going to multiply this by $0.543. Every download they will charge $0.543, and then plus the rate, that the rate is going to be decided what you choose here, and then multiply that by the revenue, which is the red line. Okay, that's how it is done. So let's check first. So I am basically now put 10 million here, then one download, and then today's terms and capability, and new terms and capability I have not chosen here. So it should come out to be 125K per month. So if I see here, you see, so here it is how much I have chosen, the revenue I have chosen 10, and then the today's terms and capability, and then there should be what happened, fee ratio 10 to 50. Let me see what happened. What did I choose more than what? Oh, sorry, I chosen small business program. Okay, let me just choose this. Yeah. So now if I choose this, so it comes out to be 250 and 250. See, 250, you can see that 250 right in front of you. That is $0.250 million, and then the revenue is 10 million. The estimated ratio is 30%. So this is the line, right? Now let's choose something else. Let's make this new terms and capability. And when I said new terms and capability, I choose App Store with IAP. And let's see what the value is. When I don't choose small business program, this should be the value, which is 166,667, right? So let's see. Yeah, you see that 16667 and 20%, right? Now, as you move this cursor on this line, what happens is, just a minute, I think there is something wrong which has happened. Let me do this. Yeah, I'm back here. Yeah. So if you move this line on this, you will find that what it is going to do is, it is going to give you yearly revenue versus corresponding service fee. So when I put the mouse cursor here, it gives you the maximum yearly revenue and the service fee, which I have plugged in here, right? So on the maximum value. So you can very clearly see that the Apple's the new terms and capability offer with the in-house IAP is cheaper because the line is below the straight line, which is 30% revenue line, right? Now this line will continue to remain. So let me make some changes here, right? So we can see that So this making revenue changes will make no sense because it is going to remain anyway, right, down below. So what I want is, I want this factor, because y, this is a line like y is equal to mx plus c, right? This is the intercept on the y axis. So I want this to come into play. So instead of choosing 1, let me make it 1.5 million downloads. So if I'm making 1.5 million download, what happens is that the line goes high, and here also I will make it 1.5 million download. So you see, and then see, let's match the number. So what the number should be? 189.3 for the 10 million. So let's see whether it comes out to see 189.3 million, and the fee ratio is 22.71. Now the fee ratio is going to keep changing, right? If you look at the fee ratio, it will keep changing. It will remain within 27-26%. So it will be lower than the 30% ratio, right? So if I move this a little bit here, and then if I see here, this is 30% ratio line, this is normal, and this line is what? This line is the line which is the lower line. Now, if your revenues are going to be lower than this number, which is 2.7 million yearly revenue, then there are no benefits. Can you see this? Now the ratio becomes 31.32.18 like this, 33 point. So the line goes above the blue line. So it is important to understand that if you have higher downloads because of this particular factor, which is the technology charges, which Apple is charging, is coming into play, and that is that they are charging because they are charging for each download more than 1 million. So you need to ensure that your revenues are higher. If your revenues are not higher, you are not going to get the benefit, right? Right? So that is very clearly evident from here. If your revenues are low, then you're falling above the blue line, and therefore your yearly ratio, fee ratio, revenue share, service charges will become higher. So you have to do more revenues, means you have to be below this line. Okay. Now, if I choose small business program, let's see what happens. So small business program, the line again goes below, further below, right? Because why it is going further below? Because they are charging the base revenues at a smaller rate. So here if I do the same thing, and then if I go down and I choose here yes, and see how these numbers are changing, it should be 130.98. Let's see if it is 130.98. See, 130.98. See, can you see in front of you? Monthly service charges fee. So this tool is giving you the output. Not only it is giving you the output in the Apple's calculator form, but it is telling you that what is the inflection point, means how high that your revenue should be. And you because this graph is very useful graph, because this line is the standard line of 30% revenue share, and this line is basically telling you where you need to be. So when I did that YouTube video, I was very dissatisfied with the way, when I did it, because it went very long video and it was not giving any kind of mechanism to make any judgment. So that's why I created this tool, so that anybody who wants to basically understand what the implications of this revenue share regime would be, the new service charge revenue, they can easily do that, Now let's do this. Let's take alternate payment processing as well. So if I put alternate payment in, look, this has gone further down because there is a 3% reduction. So here also, if I do alternate payment here, you will find, let's take alternate payment, and this number become 105.98. Let's see, it is same. It comes out to 1060. So because 9, they have rounded it to make 5 to 0. So the ratio is 12.7. Again, note that whatever you do, make sure that you don't go above the inflection point here, because as soon as you go above the inflection point, your fee ratio is going to become exorbitantly high. See, you can very clearly see that 59.12%, 43, 41. So make sure that you are down below. Now let's choose a third-party store. Now what happens? It is going to become very interesting now. Now if you choose a third-party store, and whatever you choose here, it does not make any sense. Let me just show you. So if I choose a third-party store here, alternate market, you see, everything goes to 0 except the core technology fee. Now, this core technology fee, if I show you for 10 million downloads, 1.5 million download, it is going to remain constant. See, it is constant. Can you see the monthly service fee charge? Revenues are going to change because where you are pointing on the line, the red line. But your service fee changes, which means that lower the revenue that you have, more your service charge fee ratio will become. So therefore you need to do high revenue in order to justify being part of the alternate marketplace. See this? See this? 2.71% and your fee is 226 million. Same. If you look at this, monthly fees is the same whatever you see here, right? The same thing, right? Now if I increase the download to let's say 5 million and see what the impact is. See, the line actually has gone very high. Now you have to do further revenue in order to remain in the line. So I will make this to 20 million. So if I make it 20 million, you see this? So you still have your technology fee is because this core technology fee is increasing. Let me do 20 million here. So as to basically do an apples to apples comparison. Sorry, 20. 2 zeros. There's so many zeros I have to put. That is the reason I did not like this tool. So you have got how many? Did I do 20 million? Yes, I do 20 million. So 860. Let's see. And how many? What is the revenue that I put? Oh, that is 10 million. So make it 20 million here. So as to do apples to apples. Though it is not going to make much difference, but still. So see what is the number? 86050. Let's see whether it is 860. See. What did I do? So what is the problem that I am facing here? 0.18 million. Just a minute. New capabilities, app stores, alternative payment. There must be something wrong which I might have entered. Oh, it is 5 million. Sorry. So look, I'm going that is 20, not 20 million. It is 5 million. So let's see. That's why I'm saying how can we go wrong. Now let's see. You look 180. See? 181 million. So this is way you can do the estimation. Can you see how effective this is? This tool is. So I'm going to basically send you the link. This is an web-based tool. And if anybody wants to see the code, he can very easily see the code going into my GitHub repository and you can play with this tool. It's a very, very powerful tool. Very simple programming, by the way. And that's what I'm saying. I know today's world, there are so much amount of capabilities exist that you can try things which appears to be so complex by using this kind of mechanism, the graph mechanism, so as to make decisions, right, into where you stand. So I am hoping that you can use this tool to understand what the implications would be and where the app providers will fall. And in Europe, there is a lot of battle going on. Epic Games was pushed out of the Play Store, and then the EU regulator intervened, and therefore they have been put back in the Epic Store. Now, it will be also interesting to see that Apple has restricted this offer in EU because of the European DMA. Whether the other geographies are going to be sitting quiet and being getting impacted with higher revenue share, they will not like to have the same flexibility with EU. It is a very matter of a lot of interest to watch what is going to happen in US, what is going to happen in India, and the Google case, where the service charges are being debated by the app providers. Now you can very clearly see that the Apple charges are pretty significant. Google, by the way, doesn't have the core technology fee because their app store is absolutely free. If you are going to have a third-party app store is absolutely free. They don't charge core technology fee. So if you are going to be part of a third-party app store and if you are going to have a higher download, irrespective of the fact that the app store commission is going to be zero, you are going to still pay very, very large. Let me show you again so that you understand what I am talking about. If I click no, if I click here yes, which is third-party app store, means these equations are going to change because this is now only having C component and the revenue share is gone. This is the red line. And as I increase the downloads, make it 10 million here, you see how the red line is going to change. See? Look, it has gone up. Now you got 24.44%, right? So it does not depend on your revenue, but it depends upon how much download that you're doing. So if your download is very high and your revenues are low, let's say if your revenues are 16 million.38 and you're falling in this side of this, then your service charges fee ratio is going to become much more than what Apple normally charges. So you better off remaining in Apple's original store rather than moving out of Apple store, right? So it's a very, very powerful way of estimating what you typically can do, what flexibility that the store gives, and how you can estimate your impact of your revenues. and the license service fee because of the change of regulation by the European regulator, right? So I hope that you found this interesting, and I can share the description in the description, the link of the tool, and you can use it. Anybody can use it because it's a web-based tool, right? I'm going to also show you how you can use it so that you are not going to get confused. Let me just get out of this, and then when I'm getting out of this, see, this is the link. So just press this. So I'm going to just show you again. I'm going to copy this and paste it in a new browser so that you are very clear. So look, this is a web-based tool, Streamlit application, and you will be able to use this tool based on your ledger. It will give you exactly the same output which Apple's calculator, official calculator, is going to give you. It will take a little bit of time because it is running on a web server, which is Streamlit. It's completely free, by the way. So therefore it is taking time, but it is very powerful because I don't pay a dime. All the effort that I did in writing this program is the only thing, right? Rest is all free. And you can go to my GitHub page, and I'm going to show you my GitHub page also so that you know where to get this program. GitHub. So if I go to GitHub, and if you see, this is the GitHub. So here you can basically download this program from here and you can run it. Here is the program. Okay. Thank you for your time. I'll come back to you next time with a new video. Thank you very much.